Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a little bit different. It's on how Mr. Charlie here, when he was 3 years old this summer, he broke his leg. And I wanted to share our recovery, how we dealt with him having the cast on, and then when the cast came off, we actually had some more recovery to do after that, which I wasn't expecting. So I just wanted to share our experience in case, hopefully not, but in case you're going through something similar with a toddler fracture. And yes, so let's get into it.
I'm okay.
But I'm okay.
I'm okay.
All right.
So Charlie broke his leg jumping from the monkey bars. We took him to the emergency room and they determined it was a spiral fracture of the right tibia. They put on a temporary cast and we went home and iced it. They told us that we need to wait until the swelling has gone down so that he's not going to be swelling in his permanent cast. So that's why they don't just put the cast on right there in the emergency room. The first night was really rough with the temporary cast on. It was really heavy. He really got panicky and he was itchy and he just wanted it off and he cried and cried. So that first night was really rough. The next day we got the real cast on. Charlie chose purple because purple is his favorite color. And we got a water cast, and I would highly recommend, if you can afford it, paying extra for the water cast because that totally saved us with him. It helped with the itchiness and it helped him take his mind off it, and he was able to get water down in there. We had a movie fest for the first 3 to 5 days just to distract him from the pain. At first, he didn't want to try to walk at all. He just crawled around the house like a little swamp monster, and he got around pretty well. You can see there's a boot on his foot there, so he is allowed to walk in this cast. He just didn't gain the confidence to start walking until around day 3. For the itchiness, we used ice. We tried the blow dryer. He liked it, but I'm not sure it worked at all. They say you can tap on the cast, and just getting in the water was the best thing for the itchiness. Bedtime was actually the worst for itchiness, and so we did end up using Benadryl some nights, and we would lay with him and tell him stories until he fell asleep, but nighttime was definitely difficult. We did a lot of activities where he was sitting, so we did order a lot of new crafts and things. Those are called wiki sticks. Being outside in the heat was hard for him. We live in Florida, so it would get itchy and it would start to hurt in the heat. So being in the pool, the bath, the AC, and watching TV and doing crafts, it's kind of what we did for the 3.5 weeks the cast was on. After 3.5 weeks, he got the cast off. The saw that they use is really super loud, so you just want to prep them for that. And we just tried to get him excited about it. He loves power tools, so the technician actually let him touch the saw blade because it won't cut your skin, so that helped him feel better about it. All of this along here is all new bone that's formed, and on this side as well. So they told us that it adds all this extra bone on the outside and then eats away the damaged bone on the inside, so that line can look even more apparent on the follow-up x-ray. Disclaimer here, I'm not a doctor, so this is just what we were told about Charlie.
You got bones going everywhere, man.
So,
Lots of growing
you're like
bones.
superhuman. You're healing yourself. Isn't that cool? You have a superpower. I'm healing myself by rubbing it.
Yeah, that's right.
It was itchy and he had a lot of discoloration, and he was very nervous about it at first. As you can see here, he's scared.
No. That hurts.
That hurts? This is about an hour later in the pool, and the distraction allowed him to start moving it more and gain some confidence. You can see there's some atrophy, but it's very minimal on the right leg there. He did not want to walk or put any weight on it, and it was a bit concerning to us because it took about 3 days of him crawling around the house before he would put any weight on it at all. And when he did start putting weight on it, it was just a tiny bit at a time. So that was much slower than we thought it was going to be.
It doesn't hurt now.
Yeah.
It doesn't really hurt now.
No, it doesn't hurt like painful hurt, right? It just hurts like it's
Sore.
sore, like it's stretching out, a little achy, little sore, little
Tight. Jason was great at getting him moving, so they would play a game where if he took a few steps, he would get the reward of getting to be flown around the house.
Charlie, you're doing it.
Very good, man. Oop, watch out.
So they told us that it would be 3.5 weeks of him having a limp. So it would take about as long as he had the cast on for him to recover and like be back to normal. But it actually for Charlie took, I mean, here's 7 weeks and you know, we're 3.5 months out now and he seems to be completely normal. So it did take a lot longer, and I wanted to share that because that was really shocking to us. We didn't expect it to take that long.
Mountain notes. Blow, 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 blow.
Here he is doing some leapfrogs and back to normal. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope this helps. You guys, I can't believe it, but while I was editing this video, we actually ended up in the emergency room again with Noah. He fell and smacked his head on the cement so hard. You can see his face is all red here. He had to get a CT scan and everything. Oh my gosh, you guys, life with boys